Hello everybody, my name is Pim from Pimp without a P, and we are here for an episode of Brainy Retro Saturdays. I think it's pretty self-explanatory, like, you have rain, you have retro games, mash them both together, you get something awesome, a bit of atmosphere, and we'll dive deep into nostalgia with a different game or multiple different games on multiple Saturdays. So the first game we got this time is Captain Claw, or just Claw. I used to play this game a lot as a kid, actually, with a cousin of mine, and I love it. Like, this game was so ahead of its time. It was just, I don't know. Like, a game is good if you play it like 20 years later and you're still amused by it. And it doesn't really matter what you're doing. And I might be a bit rusty because I haven't played this in a long time, but basically it's a platformer. Just a very smooth 2D platformer that's very difficult to get running on model systems nowadays, which is a bit of a shame. I would love to see like a republished version of this one that's actually only compatible with modern systems instead of being adapted into something new. Like, I really hate that when publishers start to remaster things and actually screw up the nostalgia that way, if it makes any sense. As an example, like Secret of Mana, it's one of those games that got remastered, and then they also overhauled the entire graphics section, which was not necessary at all. And they even got heavily critiqued for it by the internet community, I guess. So they decided to also include the original graphics after that. And I think for most people that's enough, man, just to play the classics
So far,
that
so
you
good.
love. Like, sometimes you can kind of, maybe just remaster the amount of pixels, just make those a bit more HD. Not a bit more HD. I mean, I still love to play old games such as Doom. It's one of those games you just get back to if you grew up with it. That's fine, right? Now, Claw is kind of an intense game. I used to play it a lot as a kid with my cousin. Back then, obviously, it was a lot more difficult for me to get into because I wasn't the pro gamer that you see today. And yeah, actually, it's a fun fact about that. In the Netherlands, we used to have like a pirate business, I guess. Back when it was still a bit more, well, when pirating was a bit more free but also more difficult in a way. Oh, damn, okay. And the pirate business was called Twilight, and they made like compilation CDs, discs for you every week, every month, I don't know, for you to check out. And every disc had like 10 games on it, something like that. Wait, oh, I had to skip one, damn it. And every disc had like 10 games each, I guess. And it was just a great way to get acquainted with multiple games. And it's not like they were bad games as well. Like, you had the latest Tomb Raider or GTA 2, something like that. And then 10 of those games. Like, that's kind of a lot when you think about it. They're very good at compressing games and apps and made the best use of the 740 megabits we had back then on discs, I guess. But yeah, so you had this business called Twilight and they did it. And at some point, obviously, they got in trouble because, well, copyright laws and stuff, even though they weren't that strict back then, it was already a huge deal. I still remember a documentary. I talk about it in one of my animated episodes. It's a documentary called the RIP Manifesto. And back in those days, copyright was already starting to be an issue with like Metallica getting very angry that people were stealing their music and stuff. And I guess it was the same for games, like it was kind of coming up. So these map pieces up here, you have to collect a lot of them and they will lead you to the Amulet of 9 Lives. And that's your end goal, I guess. Like you need to find 9 emeralds while also finding the map. And actually beat a lot of bosses and beat the game.
A drawing of the amulet. Now to finally escape from this prison and collect all of the 9 gems.
Now what I really love about this game is the art style, amongst others, because it's so smooth and it's so far ahead of its time. Like if you climb up ladders and stuff, you can see the frames in between and it just works very well. It's other than just a tiled platformer where you just have either, either you are on tile 2B or tile 1B just above it. It's a bit more freely, like games nowadays are being made in Unity and stuff, I guess. And that's just very good about it. I guess even nowadays, how so many games are being like retro made, you know what I mean? Like a lot of pixel art and stuff like that is becoming popular again. A game like this could just be published like this and nobody would say like, oh, it's too old or something. It would probably compliment it for having this style, so that's amazing about it. Like it still works up to this day. I think I will have to battle a boss soon. I don't know. Not sure I remember. Oh yeah, maybe I should explain a little bit about Claw's weapons. So he has the punch, kick and the sword, which is randomized, like it kind of does it automatically. I think when you're closer to an enemy it kicks and punches more though. You also have a gun, which is like, you can just shoot people but you have limited ammo. And you can switch the gun around for, well, magic, just like this. It's nice. Because it goes through multiple enemies as well, I think. Maybe the pistols also do this, I don't know. And you also have dynamite, and dynamite is also, I guess, one of the strongest things. Let me see if I can find a victim to go out. There you go. Oh, damn. Okay, well, there goes my dynamite. If you time it well, it can be very useful and productive. I'll be there yet. One of the other things that's really nice about Captain Claw is that it has such a broad level design. Like if you used to be a kid like me, you would love it because of the art style and because of level progression and checkpoints and stuff. But once you get older, you actually discover that there are a lot of secrets hidden. Like if you know certain routes and certain ways, you can find a lot of secrets and treasures, and this makes it interesting for everybody, you know, for children but for grown-ups and speedrunners as well. this is also nice. Like, if you have a game, like a Donkey Kong with all the barrels, you know, Donkey Kong Country, where you're trying to hop into a barrel and figure out when to shoot yourself from it. Often a lot of games have a bit of a predictable rhythm, I guess. Like you kinda go like, you know, cannons like these would fire like, one would fire every half a second and the other one every second. But with this game you kinda, sometimes it's very hard to figure out when something is going to shoot or when you have to jump. And that's also very good about it. Like, it keeps it a bit unpredictable. Keeps the challenge in it.
This looks challenging.
Challenging, no. I assume he was actually talking about what was below it, but I don't want to know. I don't feel like putting myself on YouTube like the noob that I am. Okay, I will try something a bit more risky, I guess. I have no idea. Yeah, that's what I meant, like the noob that I am. I should be getting close to a boss though. As you can see, these levels are pretty big. Like, there's a lot to do, and it'll take you some time before you find the end of it, especially with some of them. But even just because, just to discover what's next, it's already worth the game. Like, the different backgrounds, the different levels, and also the design, the overall design, especially if you're like a developer or something. These are the types of games that you can actually learn a lot from if you evaluate them well. Yeah, I'm just trying to be fast here because I got like a special thing. Oh, I think this is the ending. Oh yeah, I have to fight a boss now. Which, if I remember correctly, was a wolf. Yeah, it is a wolf. And as a kid, it would take me a lot of time to, you know, beat him. It would take multiple tries. But I think I should be able to. I'm a bit bad with shooting because you should actually shoot him, I think, and then he blocks, and then you have kind of a short opening to get close to him. But this is going easier than I expected. Oh, never mind. Make my big mouth. Yeah. Easy. This is one of the 9 emeralds you have to collect. Oh, sorry, the sound is a bit off.
Gem.
It's louder in cutscenes and stuff. And about cutscenes, this game actually has a few, and they are pretty nice. They are a bit like well, a Saturday morning cartoon in a way, I guess. Like, they also fit the theme of rainy retro Saturdays. But the thing about these cutscenes is that they don't work well with modern systems, just like the game itself. I think games like these, you could actually also quite easily kickstart them or something. I don't know if some people just don't do this because of the rights that a company has, or because they don't believe in the project. I think you could easily pick up like a few grand, which would be more than enough to, well, reprogram / remaster it for more modern systems, I guess. Yeah, if you're a completionist, you're getting really triggered by everything that I'm skipping, but there's just so much in this game and you don't even really know where you should go, even though you're kind of guided by all these coins here.
This'll be tough.
Oh. What was it? I think this game also has like a friendly fire activated for enemies. Like if they actually shoot each other with certain things, they do get hit. But there are also like multiple ways to beat your enemies. Like also as an example, you can also use these barrels. They will actually explode. But yeah, most of the time there's like an enemy in front of it and you will hit him instead. So. I think if this game would be released today and I would have to review it and grade it, I would still give it like a 9 or something. 9 out of 10. It's a lot better than most of the crap that's being published nowadays, so... It's just a shame that so little people know about it. But that's a reason for me to play these type of games on a rainy retro Saturday. To actually make them more familiar to the public as well. Because they are worth it, man. Like, they deserve it and stuff. It's actually also one of the reasons why I love reviewing games. It's because sometimes a very cool game, well not like this, but you know, just a cool game anyway. It gets released and you would have never heard of it.
This will take some careful
but because
strategy.
I get keys from a review site from Third Strike, it's giving me reasons to check out things that I would never check out. And just gives me new experiences. Sword.
Is there no end to this forest?
Whoa. I really don't understand, like, when I went to art school, I did graphic design, and so many people who were actually in my class, well, actually everybody at some point in my class, they didn't play games at all, like nothing. And I'm so confused by this fact because it's an entire medium. It's just like books. It's just like movies, and especially when you're into a graphic business of actually making graphics, and you know, whether it's a print or whether it's a concept or something, it doesn't really matter. Like it's a visual medium that you're just skipping. It's so weird to me. And I truly believe like it's. I truly believe that if you're...
challenging.
Oh, maybe I should focus a bit. Wait, I'll come back to this.
This looks challenging.
I'm gonna fire or something. Oh, this is challenging. Parts like these you will start to see the more difficult platforming parts of this game. Only the difference is later in the game, if you fall down, you will just be dead. Like there will be some pit of hell or something waiting for you to swallow you whole. So, but yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, if you're like looking at games like these and you don't play any game at all, for me that's the same as laughing at old people because they don't know how the internet works. Because I don't know, for some people it's just like I don't know, some type of stigma, I guess, that's still going on in games. It's not really about nerds anymore, but it's just that they feel like it's not made for them. Which obviously is fine, like you can have preferences and things you want to do and stuff, but it's just weird to me because I'm totally convinced that there's a game for everybody, you know? Like you cannot tell me that there wouldn't be a single game that you would like. I don't believe that at all. Like if you're into reading books or something, you could be more into. Oh, I'm dying. If you're like if you're into reading books, you could be more into either visual novels or into something like one of the Telltale games, like The Walking Dead and Game of Thrones and all those ones.
Yum. Looks yummy.
Like if you want to play a game and you don't know which would be nice for you, just contact me, man. Just comment in the comment section something like, hey, I'm this and this person and I like doing this and that. Oh. And I will give you a hand-picked suggestion of a game to play because I've played so many games in my life. I'm sure I could figure out what you like and I could give you a suggestion that you would like, and you should obviously play it actually, but yeah. That's also a common misconception, I think, right? People believe they have to be good at playing games to actually play them. But developing yourself is just part of the process, you know, like it's that's how you get better, that's how you learn, that's how you actually develop yourself. Well, not even only with games, but just, yeah. I mean, if you start to read or something, it's actually a skill, but or if you play an instrument, but with games it's just normally it's accessible for everybody already, and you get quickly quite fast. You get better quickly quite fast. So.
Chew on that.
I bet it looks so shiny and interesting. Why do I keep doing this? Why can't I just leave the stupid lightning sword? It just looks so cool. Oh, oops. Ow. Actually jump on something or? Oh, no. I thought it would maybe be like another plant down there, but oh. lies. What am I missing? Oh. The thing? I think the problem is that they just disappear as soon as you get on them, right? If I walk back, they will grow back. Wait. Oh. I'm an idiot! Again! But yeah, I got so many games in my head that I still would like to show you guys, like...
Hey, you there!
There's a crap load of things that's out there. And I'm still trying to find the right formats for me to upload to
So
YouTube.
far, so good.
Things that would actually be enjoyable for people to watch. But I'm sure if you like gaming, I will play some games that you never heard of. Something that would pique your interest at least.
Phew, that was close.
Yes! Take that! Scallywag!
Scallywag! I wonder if I'm almost at the end or not. Video.
Excuse me.
I mean, in Ascension, I probably still have to move to the right as much as possible, but...
Wiggling. Wiggling.
Oh. Oh.
This looks challenging. There's no end to this forest. Ooh, is that gold I smell?
Could be something hidden behind you. Oh. Oh. You never know when death is coming for you. Like, you can be waiting at every button of everything. Right. Smart.
I don't need any more exercise.
Exactly. This is my mantra every day, man. I don't need any more exercise. Well, okay, it's a bit of a lie. I do need exercise, but it you know. Why am I being so difficult?
This will take perfect timing.
Whoa, 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 whoa. If you say will enough times, you will make it. That's the theory. Ooh, I can actually erase those, I think. If he moves a bit. Go on, yeah, okay. Ah,
Excuse me.
damn it. Even though he almost killed me completely. By the way, you guys can't really see the heads-up display because of the difficulties to record this game. So I do have a proper health indicator on the top right, which you probably see as a 10 right now. But for me it's 100. Same goes for ammos and lives. So I have 0 lives, by the way. I'm screwed, but I do want to make this game.
Waste of time.
I think there's also a new boss coming in this level. I think just like every 2 levels or something. So. That's actually not
Excuse me.
very good for me.
This'll be tough.
Ooh, that was almost the end of me. Ah, see the timing? Sometimes it's a
close.
bit off. Like, I have to fight a boss with 80 HP. Yeah, I can do this.
Captain Claw.
We meet again, Catherine.
Ooh,
Oh.
need to be better than it.
So, pretty.
Why is there like a jump thing here? Oh, HP on it.
Pretty.
You!
Go out then.
Why is he not throwing things? Oh my god, I'm killing myself.
Pretty.
Maybe I should just keep it to old school tactic. I don't know. Yeah, button mashing! So skilled, so good.
Two gems, 7 more.
So yeah, I'm actually going to finish the game there. Because I think this is enough for one episode. I do hope you enjoyed though. Maybe you learned a little bit about me, or you are actually enthusiastic to try this game out, or some other game maybe, if I can make a suggestion based on your interest. I hope you will enjoy your day, whether it's a Saturday or not, and I will see you next time. Bye!